This is a Terry's Chocolate Orange. The things are absolutely freaking delicious, but I'm not going to eat it today. I'm going to distill it and see if we can make Terry's Chocolate Orange bourbon, because it's Christmas or something. How's it going, chasers? I hope you're having a kick-ass week. I'm Jesse, this is Still It, and with our extended family, Terry's Chocolate Orange was always part of Christmas, and I honestly just thought that was my family being weird, but apparently it's a Christmas thing. Is it a Christmas thing for you guys? I don't know, very strange. Anyway, around here, I tend to be known as the Grinch. I love Christmas. I just don't love it nearly as much as the rest of my family. Imagine my shock, surprise, and sense of betrayal when my wife went right around me, directly to the Patreon crew, and asked them what I should do for Christmas episodes. I feel a little bit like my hand has been forced here, so thanks and screw you, I guess. Anyway, let's distill this thing. The first thing I need to do is figure out what alcohol I'm going to put into the still to distill this with. I like the idea of it being kind of bourbony, so I'd like to use a bourbon. And these are two of the bourbons that I think are actually kind of decent, but I have the least sentimental value for. And I think I'm going to go 50-50 between the two. I actually tasted these a little while ago on the Tasting Everything second video, I think it was. I'll find it and put a link down there for you. But when mixed together, they have a distinct bourbon-like smell. It leans fairly heavy on the waxy walnut side of things, which isn't necessarily bad. And it's actually similar to chocolate in a lot of ways, which is what made me think of these two. My word, the flies are intense at the moment. Go away. Decent amount of corn, decent amount of sweetness and vanilla. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead with this. I think this is exactly what we need. How much am I going to put in here? You know what? I think about 350 mils of each. That'll leave me enough to not stress about this jar and the state that it's in, and enough to get the best part of a bottle out of this. And the reason I'm doing bourbon and something that is actually pretty good, it's not amazing, but it's good, is because I actually have high hopes that this could turn out pretty good, like something that we actually drink around the Christmas season, rather than, you know, being fun, kind of being interesting in terms of what I learn about it, but ultimately something that just kind of sits on the shelf. So, you know what? It's being distilled. Sue me. So that's 700-ish mils. We'll get the still plugged in and warming up because I'm going to macerate for a little before distilling, and we can deal to this Terry's Chocolate Orange. I haven't had one of these in so long. I'm going to have to eat at least one of these segments. If you've never had one of these before, it is chocolate orange, but in the shape of an actual orange. And when you split it open, each individual piece comes out like the segment of an orange. I guess when I was like 10, there was huge novelty factor in this. These things were super coveted around the Christmas tree. So, Yum. That is so freaking nostalgic to me. Whoever recommended this on the Patreon platform, props to you. Something I never would have thought of, and honestly, I'd kind of forgotten these things existed. I need to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Manscaped, who have completely outdone themselves with the new Beard Hedger. The Beard Hedger features a titanium-coated stainless steel T-blade that effortlessly cuts through beard hair, giving you precise and accurate cuts every single time. You can choose from 20 different length settings using the zoom wheel, giving you full control of the length of your cut. Obviously, it's not much good for me down here, but for trimming the burns, awesome. It also features powerful lithium-ion batteries that give you up to 60 minutes of runtime, and a triple LED battery indicator here lets you know exactly how much charge you have left. Another giant bonus is the Beard Hedger is waterproof, meaning you can trim in the shower if you want to, For me, the big convenience is just being able to rinse the thing in the sink when you're done. I got Manscaped's Beard Hedger in the Pro Kit, which comes with beard oil, shampoo, conditioner, and balm, as well as a brush, a comb, and a nifty set of scissors. So, what are you waiting for? Go to manscaped.com and use the code STILLIT at checkout to get 20% off your purchase. Yeah, these are going to break up really easily. And obviously, I want them to kind of melt and macerate for a little bit before we get to distillation. I'm guessing, I don't know, I'm guessing that what's going to happen is we're going to get mostly the orange flavor coming through with a little bit of the chocolate. Chocolate's always a bit of an enigma. Sometimes it kind of comes through well, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think I've put this much chocolate into a Meme Spirits run before. If someone else can think of the most chocolatey thing I've done, let me know. I don't know. All right, I need another one of these. It's so good. All right, that's starting to heat up. So I don't have any real concerns about this actually scorching once the chocolate's all melted and kind of in suspension. But when there is chunky bits of semi-melted chocolate like this sitting on the bottom, that could be a problem. So I'm gonna heat this up, give it a really good stir until it's all totally not dissolved, melted and in suspension. Then I'm gonna let it sit for a half hour or so, and then we can get on to distillation. All right, I think that is pretty good. So power off, and this smells so freaking good, I just have to taste it like now. Man, this is almost a waste to distill it. I feel like you could put a little bit of cream or what's the fake cream powdery, like creamer for distilling in there, and that would be pretty good. But I feel like for science, I need to know what's going to happen to this when it is distilled. I want to know what flavors carry over and what don't for potential future projects. So let me let this sit for a little while and I'll come back to you when it's ready to run. We are up and running just before the still got to the temperature where it was going to produce. I gave it another stir and a good shake just to make sure nothing was sitting on the bottom. We've collected a little bit off the top, and I'm not quite sure if it's ready to switch, but I'm gonna switch over to another jar now anyway. Normally when I'm doing this Meme Spirit stuff, I tend to use vodka, and vodka's had really, really clean cuts made on it already. Because this is a bourbon, pot still cuts, we got a little bit of heads to take care of. Honestly, I'm surprised there wasn't more, but I think, yeah. Yep, I think we're ready to be collecting into quote-unquote hearts, so let's get that under there. And that's maybe what? Maybe 100 mils, probably less. Little teeny tiny bit in here. How is this? No, I'm not gonna keep that. So all there is really to do now is sit back and chill, let this produce, taste it every now and again, see if it throws us any weird oddball flavors, which I wouldn't be surprised in a run like this. And I do believe Erin's just pulled in. So once we've finished making this, we can get her in on the tasting, seeing as she's the Christmas queen and the chocolate queen, and she can let us know how we did. We're about roughly 200 mils, a cup into the run, and so far it's been really good. As expected, a lot of the orangey, kind of real volatile flavors came off at the beginning, and there's a lot of that in here. I'm expecting to get a lot more product out of this, but we've hit a sort of strange flavor. It's almost salty, like salty baking soda-y. I wonder if it's kind of the last little death throes of that orange flavor coming through. I'm just gonna collect like this for a little bit, see if it goes away, see if it gets worse, which we don't like. And I have a hunch that when you mix it all back together, that flavor will just kind of disappear and it won't be an issue. So I can play around with blending it. Just playing it safe for a little bit. That flavor's gone away already, so let's get this back on. And now we're kind of into the beginning of chocolate. This one I'm gonna leave right here, and I'll make a decision on that once we've collected everything, see how it blends back together, whether it's, you know, a good thing, a bad thing, or just kind of indifference to the final product, and it gives us a little bit more volume, we can make that decision later. All right, team, I do believe we have reached the end of the run. The ABV's dropped, it's probably at about 50% ABV. The flavor's just kind of turned to nothing. There's not a whole lot left here. I'm gonna let this run out for another, I don't know, couple of minutes and just see if we happen to stumble across something delicious. But I think we're probably at the end of our rope. The question is, do I keep this little jar that tasted a little bit sort of salty, I guess, baking soda-y, a tincture that kind of represents the volume of this versus this? Yeah, I don't pick it up. I don't pick it up in the final product when it's all mixed together. Anyway, let's get this measured up, proofed down, and we can get stuck into tasting. All right, we have a Christmas-themed drink, so it just seems like a no-brainer to have you in on tasting. But question, Terry's chocolate orange.
Yep.
Is that just random candy to you, or is it Christmassy?
Definitely Christmas. Santa put them in my stocking.
Oh yeah, Santa, yeah.
Flies.
I know, they're relentless, aren't they? Cheers.
Wow, it smells so much like one.
It's really orangey, eh?
Yeah.
And it's a nice orange, it's not like fruit burst orange.
Not that chocolatey. It smells chocolatey.
It's not that chocolatey.
Smells very orange and chocolate.
Yeah.
It's just orange and then a bit flat.
I proofed this down to 45%, guys, and I kind of wonder if I should have left it at like 55%. I have also been wondering, though, if maybe the answer is to actually put some bourbon back into it.
Would it make it more chocolatey, maybe?
I almost wonder if kind of the sweetness from the bourbon will make it present a little more chocolatey. There you go, give that a nudge. How's that bourbon acting?
It doesn't taste very orangey now.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I think I liked it better before.
I think as a drink, this is more rounded.
Yeah.
It's got some body at the back end.
Yeah, you don't get the flat at the end.
Yeah. Well, should we try half as much?
Yeah.
It's just there's more sitting around the
I
orange.
like it when it's super orange.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's definitely better. Chocolate flavor is so often fake. It's not actually chocolate.
Right?
It's always fake.
Yeah.
It's always like missing something and not satisfying.
You're right. You're totally right.
Unless it's straight up chocolate. That's better. I like that better.
It's actually pretty good as a drink.
Yeah, it'd be good with Coke though.
See, Aaron's answer to everything is Coke or tonic.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah, you're right. It actually
Coke.
would be. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so I don't think it's really Terry's chocolate orange bourbon.
No.
It's just Terry's orange bourbon with a sniff of chocolate.
Some Tootsie Rolls. Where's all those Tootsie Rolls?
Why don't you just chew on one and then have a sip?
That'd be really nice.
Okay, so while Aaron's chewing on my Tootsie Roll, I need to say a huge thank you to the Patreons. Thank you so much, people, for being the supporters day in, month out. We totally appreciate it. And thank you for the idea. I still can't remember who it was that's done this. I'm going to check. I was going to say I'll put your name on screen, but that may not be kosher. So you know who you are, and thank you so very much. You have brought nostalgia back to Christmas for me, and I didn't even know I'd lost it. So thank you. Orangey Tootsie Roll, is it a thing?
No, Tootsie Roll's too strong. No, doesn't work.
Well, we tried, team. It's delicious, it's orangey, it's bourbony, but it's not really chocolatey.
Nope.
Maybe cocoa nibs. Maybe I've got to put cocoa nibs in the pot.
Have you done that before?
I have not. Anyway, sorry, we're rambling. Keep on chasing the craft, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.